All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ontarian here, the passive income guru. Thanks for coming to this video, this hangout. We are here with a few of my business partners and colleagues and friends from all over the world. Today we have a special treat for you because we're going to bring something to your attention that is not new, but is revolutionizing this industry. We're going to be talking about a company that's been out for a long time, since 2008, called Swiss Go Global. And I've talked about this before on my channel, and a lot of these fine people on their channels as well. But what you're going to get today and tonight, wherever you are in the world, you're going to get something that's going to change your life, that's going to help you make an informative decision on how you can move forward in this industry to make a passive income, a solid passive income, without bugging friends or family. All right. Now, one of the reasons I got involved with this company, this is simple. First of all, their track record, been around since 2008. They are deep into the gold and silver space, and also into the crypto space. And with this company, you can buy gold and silver. You can mine Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and others. And it's a great way to build up these spaces. Now, if you're dealing with the fiat currency, which I talk a lot about, the paper money, we know that type of money is going to be is devalued. It's going to be depreciating, which it already is. If you have your money in a bank, paper money, for example, it's not going to earn the money that you probably would hope to earn. However, if you morph over to the crypto space, you will understand the dynamics of what we have here, okay? Right now, Bitcoin, I haven't checked the stance or the group of Google yet, but I believe Bitcoin is over $2,700. Is that about right, guys?
Round
right
about
now, about 27. So basically, what we have is something of value, and that's what drew me to this company. Passive income, along with a solid company, along with the right timing with what we have. And once you leave this video, again, you're going to be able to make an educated decision on if you want to be a part of what we have here. So what I'm going to do is, right now we have a great panel of individuals here. I had a chance to talk with them before we started this video. We have Karen. And Karen, we've been, like I said before, we've been knowing each other for about a year or so on other business endeavors. And Karen, can you tell everyone about yourself, where you're from, and what drew you to Swiss Go Global, and how long you been with the company?
Hi, Ontarian. Yes, thank you. We've known each other quite some time now, and my story is we are actually property investors, and came online 2 or 3 years ago, doing property training, and then realised there's this whole new world out there, and got to know Prem a couple of years ago as well. And as property investors, one of our mentors in the past always said that you should hold 10 to 15% of your wealth in gold and silver. So that's what we did. So we always had that interest there for quite some years now. So when Prem brought Swiss Go Global to me, I had no hesitation at all. It was already on our radar. Of course, then last November they added on to the cryptocurrency, the mining as well. And of course, it's just absolutely exploding. It's so current at the moment, and people are just waking up and realising what's going on. So yeah, it's very exciting to be a part of it. So I've been in, it's almost a year now, July the 1st last year, I think it was, I joined.
Wow. So how's your experience been since that year? And that's quite a while to build up those particular assets. How has it been for you so far in this company?
Fantastic. Yeah, building up a great team now, and yeah, the passive income as well. We've got 3 income stream potentials here. We've got the passive income, we've got the commissions, monthly commissions, and also we've got our long-term residual, which is after a year, almost a year, is building up quite nicely now. So yeah. Nice.
So this is more of instead of, because a lot of people come online that I've experienced who, when I talk to them, they want that get rich quick type of business. And that is not what we have here. This long term, and I always say, slow and steady will always win the race. Slow and steady will, if you have something fast that's giving you, so if you find a program that says, oh, we're going to pay you out the gate 10% a day, the best thing you can do from there is run. Okay, because it's not going to be around for a long time. But slow and steady, guys, in companies that's been around for a long time with integrity, is going to help you in the long run. So thanks for sharing that, Karen, for sure.
You're welcome.
All right, Claudia from in Germany. Is that right?
Currently in Germany, yes.
Currently in Germany. And Claudia, you have quite a bit of a story as well. Tell us a little bit about you, how long you've been with Swiss, and what has it done for you and your family?
Well, sure. Well, I have been with Swiss since before day one. So.
Wow. So since 2008?
Before that even. So when it was still in the heads, in the planning.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Well, very, very simple. Look, I come in, I actually worked for a large network marketing company, Auvesta International. I can say it. Okay. It's was probably one of the first like really big nutrition companies, $1 billion company. And I worked for a headquarter for support there, and was constantly struggling with finances, you know, as most people are. So I saw all those guys making the money, but I was not. I was working for customer support.
Ah.
Yeah, very simple story. But hey, that's okay. I met Bill Rowell, the owner of Swiss Gold Global. Well, now Swiss Gold Global. He was one of the top income earners in that company, Australian fellow, but built a huge organization, very, very, very part-time to his owning his hotel businesses. And you know what? I was, as I said, always struggling, working hard and working lots of different jobs and, you know, trying to basically have a better life. And I was fascinated by the network marketing industry. So I learned a lot of it. And when he told about, hey, you know what, gold and silver, and I really crossed that message, I was just intrigued. I just loved it. So we started out with gold and silver. And you see, gold and silver, and I met really some very, very wealthy people throughout the journey, the people, or the person which Bill started with that gold business back then in 2008. The purpose was really to provide you know, all the people access to gold and silver savings plans, because I mean, let's face it, people are struggling. People just can't like put $1,000 or $3,000 or whatever into gold and silver. They cannot. And so this was really the idea when we started off, was to give this possibility to the ordinary person from as little as $25 they could save. Now, savings, and I worked also long years with Bob Proctor, so I became a life coach with Bob Proctor. I actually was on stage with him in many countries. Nice. But Bob always said, you know, saving is not sexy.
I like that.
Right? So saving is not sexy. And nobody wants to save. And then, I mean, we know the US, especially, they are consumer societies. So even though we really, you know, we have been, as I said, like, you want to help people and say, hey, you know what, your dollar is losing its value. And in fact, since we started the company till now, you lost half of your purchasing power. Half of it, it's gone. The same dollar now, just basically those years since we started, it's almost now 10 years, you can buy only half of the goods which you could buy when we started in 2008. That's a fact. You can make the calculation, anything. But again, it's not sexy. So we entered the sexy world this last year. And definitely, I always was intrigued with Bitcoin. You see, I learned about Bitcoin in 2010. I spoke to my mentor, a bullion banker with the largest private bullion bank. And he told me, he back then actually said, I don't know, maybe governments are going to shut it down, whatsoever, this and that. And so I just still to this day, I need to get to my old computer. I can't remember if I actually bought some. Anyway, so that's another story. But I was intrigued. Why? I was so intrigued because it's the same principle like the gold and silver, meaning it is not government issued, of course, and it actually can give people's freedom. And so I was really intrigued by that, because it has those same things which gold and silver, which we always preached about it. Gold and silver buys your freedom. Gold and silver is not manipulated. And so it fitted all that stuff in, and I liked it very much. And I was really pushing, oh, we really have to somehow get into cryptocurrency. And well, we got into cryptocurrency. And see, the thing is, I have been now so long in network marketing. I've been from this side, in the corporate side, and I've been outside. I made it to the top position in the company. We got our pay plan approved designed by Mike Sheffield, one of the top authorities in network marketing, to all the states in the United States. So this was really when we started off, and I was there in these meetings. So I'm very excited with the cryptocurrency, because now, for the first time, I would say, in our industry, people can just put in money and it will make the money. They don't even have to move a finger.
That's absolutely amazing, because that didn't happen. That wasn't going on 5-10 years ago.
No, that was not going on. And so this now, I mean, there's really no excuse anymore. Of course, if you move a few fingers, if you work, I mean, this is just a really great compensation plan. And I, again, like I know all the other plans with binary and matrix and whatsoever, but we have a very, very stable compensation plan, which really pays very, very fair. And we have great, rank advancement. I mean, you see some gold behind me. I don't know if you see it.
I see that. My peripheral vision kind of went over there a little bit, so I see that. Wow.
Those are 24 karat gold bank notes. Actually, United States dollar. This is the Thai note over here. I have a Thai note, but I have here. We got, great rank advancements, such as golden iPads, golden iPhones, golden Rolex watches when you come, because our producer, the gold producer, is Argo Horace, which produces for Philippe Patek and Rolex. So, yeah, it's great. I'm excited, as you can hear.
Yes, yeah, I love it, Claudia. And the gold, so talk to me about, so a person coming here and purchase gold for $25.
Yes, you can do a savings plan where you save really to the best price you can ever have it, 2.97 above spot, above market price. You can save gold. And that is saved and accumulated in grams. Once you have enough grams together, then you can decide, okay, well, now I would like to have a coin shipped, or I would like to have a bar. You decide to convert it in the product you wish. So I don't know if you have a partner.
Potluck, yes. Potluck dinners?
No, a partner. You can buy a gold. You maybe, have your next
okay.
present.
Okay. I see.
Your next Christmas present, hey, and the great thing is, you buy it at a gold price, not at a jeweler price. So at a gold price, 24 karat, at a gold price for 2.97 above spot. This is very good.
That's good. Yes.
And if you're in a struggle and you need just quick money and you say, hey, you know what, I need to cash something in. Well, you push a button, you sell it back, and that's it, and you're gonna get your money.
That's amazing. So
you don't even pay a fee for that.
So you can not only buy the gold, but when it accumulates to where you want, and then you can sell it back to the company.
You just push a button, you sell it back to the company sells it, and you don't even pay a conversion fee for it. That's
amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Wow. I tell you it is.
I haven't even tapped into that side yet, gold. So I'm still getting everything going and still educating myself. Because my thing is, if everything makes sense in the company, I invest first, and then I earn while I learn. Okay. And that's why I tell people, earn while you learn, invest if it makes sense to you, and then everything else will take care of itself. You see?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, powerful. I mean, I have been saving in gold and silver now so many years, and I have been doing very well in that because I'm an example of that. I have really quite accumulated the gold and silver, and I see what it's worth now. And of course, how my currency euro actually totally devaluate.
Wow. It's absolutely amazing. One more question for you, Claudia. Thank you so much. The crypto, let's talk about the crypto space. When did the company bring on the crypto section of what we have?
Yes, so we did bring it on last November, but it wasn't since last November in the plans. So it was probably 1.5 years early already in the plans, and there's a lot of work around that. Then last November we did bring it on. It's getting crazy. I mean, we had even sold out. It's just to tell you, I mean, the mining company we're working with is the most profitable mining company. I mean, they're very professional Germans. As you know, German cars, German professional. It's just, what can I say? I mean, sorry, being honest here. So very good guys. They got in the space early. They have an edge to any other. It doesn't matter what any competition will tell. You can just make the calculations. And so very, very great guys, very humble guys. And they have so much demand, people just throwing money at them. And so they constantly building new farms all around the world. There's right now even a larger farm being built. Again, like, we have more money coming in than contracts we can sell.
Wow. That's a good problem to have. That's a good problem to have. Great. But yeah. Thank you for that information, Claudia. It's great to thank you for your time to come on here to speak. So this is going to help a lot of people make a great decision.
Yeah, I mean, because it's easy when you think of, first of all, once you understand money, what money is and how you can use it, and you actually, because you're already using cryptocurrency, you told me just before, so you're using it in your daily way. So if you can now show this to people how to do that, and they get basically passive income for what? Because they put some money into a mining contract, or they refer to a few people, and they can pay their bills now with it.
That's right.
I don't know what better business.
Me either. I haven't seen. That's why I say this is what it was like, a magnetic force just drawing me. When I really sat down and looked at this opportunity, I was like, where have I been? What took me so long to get in this thing? But timing is everything. Timing is everything. So I'm glad I'm here now. It's been great.
Wonderful. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, thank you, sister. Thank you. All right, Mr. Broom, Keithy. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, I'm here, mate. I'm alive. How you going?
Good that you're good and alive, brother, out of Australia. Good to have you, Keith. Yes. We haven't spoken directly, Keithy, but I've seen you online. I've seen, some of your videos and everything, and I can say from watching you and everything, you're a high man of integrity. You want to help people, and that's the kind of people I like to connect with. So tell us about yourself, Keithy, where you're from, and what drew you to Swiss Gold.
Well, I'm probably the oldest person on the panel tonight at 58.
You don't look like it.
No, it's the sun down here in Australia. It really glosses your skin. We've got the same barber, Ontario, no doubt, you and me. I'm originally from New Zealand, which even Australia's down under. New Zealand is down under. It's further south than that, population of about 4 million people. Wow. Pretty motivated people in New Zealand that, because they're so isolated, they are motivated to get out there and travel around the world. And the New Zealanders, or Kiwis as we're called, are always pretty motivated people. So I've been in Australia for over 30 years. And I've had a basic sales background since I arrived here. I used to do door-to-door selling of cookware, stainless steel pots and pans, knock on people's doors and try and get in the door to do a presentation and show people a high-quality product. So if we didn't sell any cookware, then we didn't get paid because it was commission only. So I've been to the stage where if you don't learn the craft of talking to people and explaining a product, then you don't get paid and you don't eat. You can't pay for your hotel room at the end of the week. And back in those days, and that was in the early 80s, we used to listen to sales training tapes They were cassette tapes and videotapes, VHS tapes from Jim Rohn, who's, if people don't know who Jim Rohn is, it's Anthony Robbins' mentor. So Tony Robbins' mentor that he learnt from is Jim Rohn, and a guy called Zig Ziglar, and a number of guys. So we used to do with our company, and I'm still friends with the owner 35 years later, learnt the art of talking to people. And if you have a great product, then the selling part is quite easy. You just have to explain it to people as best you can, so they understand clearly what you have, and then they can make a pretty easy decision to take that product or accept it or buy that product. So been in sales for many, many years, and then branched off and had a couple of different businesses. I had a limousine for 7 years. That was quite exciting type of business, but very long hours. I've had food businesses, and of late I've been in the recruitment industry here in Brisbane in Australia, in Queensland. But at my age, working 60, 70 hours a week, there was always the motivation to find something different that didn't require long hours. I could work smarter, not harder. And that led me to the internet about 3 years ago. And I lost a few $1,000s, not a great deal, cross fingers. But by using the internet as a library or a place to learn, I found 4 to 5 people that I started following. And I used to listen to their motivational videos, their trainings. And so I was starting to learn. I was only earning tiny little bits, but I was learning a lot. And that led me into the revenue share industry, the advertising revenue share, 3 years ago. And I did make quite a bit of money from that. But I learnt a lot as well. And with Swiss Gold Global, they're run by one person, Bill Rowell, who's an Australian. And hopefully when Claudia and Bill are in Queensland, I believe it's in August, I'll get to meet them face to face, and I'll have my video camera ready for an interview. So that'll be fun. The revenue share businesses, the business model, if you get the right person, can work as long as it's got income coming in. So I learnt a lot in that industry. And during that time of 3 years, the great thing about working online is that you get to meet people online who you can learn from and form relationships with. And Karen's, I've formed a relationship with Karen over the last 6-12 months. And her person she's involved with, Prem Jahal, who I knew of through another program, never met him. I just listened to him, listened to his knowledge, and picked up bits and tips and clues, which is a bit like everybody's life's like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle, and bits drop in every now and again and form a picture. The one thing that motivates me is one of your countrymen, Ontarians, Colonel Sanders. You know, the old guy with the goatee beard and the moustache.
KFC.
Oh. Now,
that used to be my spot there, brother.
Yeah, we've all been there, mate. Don't worry about that. All vegetarians have been to the KFC at some stage, I would suggest.
That's true.
But his claim to fame is that instead of him being a young 30-year-old with a beard and a dark beard and a dark moustache and dark hair, his logo for KFC is his white hair, white moustache and a white beard. And the reason for that is that he wasn't successful until he was 69 years old. Wow. His 11 secret herbs and spices, he'd showed people 1,000 times. Oh, this is my recipe, this is my recipe, this is my recipe. No. He got 1,000 knockbacks before somebody said, I like the concept. And within 2 years of him franchising the Kentucky Fried Chicken, it was known back then, he was a multi-millionaire within 2 years after someone said yes at 69 years old. So I'm only 58. So I've got 11 years to go before I even reach his mark of him trying 1,000 times. So regardless,
on the track, brother, you're on the right.
Yeah, I don't want to wait that long though, Ontarian. I don't want to wait till I'm 69. So anyone at any age, whether they're smart enough and have the knowledge at 18 years old, or they're at 58 like me, or anywhere in between, there is an opportunity with this. We're on a laptop, I'm on a laptop, but people have these. Every person in the world just about has these. Now, it's not a mobile phone or a cell phone anymore. This is a computer. That's a small handheld computer, and you can run a business on this little piece of plastic and metal. And inside's bits of silver, which is what Swiss Gold Global's all about as well, the silver. And that's one of the things I've learned about the company in the few months I've known about Swiss Gold Global for about 5 months, and I've researched and looked at lots of videos and got online with Claudia and Bill on a live Skype call and asked a lot of questions. To me, looking from the outside, and Claudia's been in for 8 or 9 years, me coming in fresh only a few months, it takes time to understand the business and understand the business model. And when you're trying to explain it to people, I try and explain it in a simple way. And for everyone watching, I've done it on the videos that I've put out already, that there's two sides of the business, and put your hand up, Claudio, if I'm saying anything wrong. On one side of the business is gold and silver, which is gold and silver has been around for hundreds and thousands of years as a trading monetary system. It's only within the last few hundred years we've gone to paper, but before that was everyone's trading in gold and silver. And to hold those assets, as I think Karen said, at least 10 to 15% of your actual physical income should be put into that gold and silver. But now gold's at about $12.90 an ounce. Silver's at $17.90 an ounce. I've heard through different people who have insights of what may be happening, that gold's going to take off and silver's going to rocket. So the opportunity to buy $25 lots. Yesterday I bought $100 worth of silver based on what I'd heard. I want to start collecting silver. But on the other side, that's the older currency. On the other side now is Bitcoin mining and Ethereum mining and Litecoin and all the rest of the mining products that Swiss Gold Global has. That is, to me, it's an easy way. People sort of got an understanding of what Bitcoin is. It's a digital currency. You can't hold a Bitcoin in your hand. You can hold an Australian, I think I've got some money here. I've got some money left from shopping. That's a $20 note in Australia, right? So that'll buy me 6 beers and about $2 change, right? And as Claudia said, 10 years ago, I could buy a case of 24 beers and a barbecue chicken and a salad and 3 loaves of bread, and I'd be able to feed with $20 probably 6 people, and we'd have a really good time. But now I just drink a couple of beers and I go to bed lonely for $20.
Australia has really, really gotten expensive, hasn't it?
It has, yes, very much so. So now the Bitcoin being able to buy, sell, and get transactions between person to person for very, very little transactional fees has brought that to the fore in the last few years. I've only sort of become aware of Bitcoin the last 12 months. But the other side of the mining to me is the engine room behind Bitcoin. Yes. How the transactions are run, the power to drive the system. And that's where buying a contract for $30 makes it accessible to anyone and everyone. So we're sort of in the engine room of driving the currency of Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's sort of a broad terminology of how I see it. You can invest in Bitcoin and keep that, but with the contracts, the actual way the business is run, how Bitcoin and Ethereum is run, the networks run, that's the engine room. We're in the engine room, getting dirty and helping drive the system. And today I went shopping. I've made money through the revenue shares. I've bought mining contracts. I'm I'm buying contracts every week, like a savings plan that Claudia was saying for the gold and silver. I'm now buying mining contracts every week as a savings plan as well. I'm getting my hash rate, as the terminology, up and up and up, because I also, like you, Ontarian, I have a Bitcoin card.
Yes, sir.
Now, today I went to a department store, and it's getting a little bit cold in Queensland. It doesn't get too bad, so I bought a nice jacket, and then I bought a spray jacket for walking my dogs, and then I paid with the card, and I said, "Oh, by the way, do you accept Bitcoin?" I always say that. And the salesperson sort of looked at me blankly and said, "No, what's Bitcoin?" "What do you mean you don't know what Bitcoin is?" So we had a conversation of what Bitcoin was very briefly. And they said, right. And then I handed them my card, and said, I've got a little video you can watch. And the discussion was that, you know, people can start saving at $30 for a mining contract and $25 for gold and silver, and build wealth slowly and steadily over time. And then once they get the interest, this is what a lot of I've had 24 people join my team in the last week and a half. And all they're doing at the moment is just buying contracts to test the business and try and understand the business and get a feel for how it works, because it's a massive amount of information on the Swiss Gold Global website. There's tabs that go into here and go into here, and you've got other boxes and you've got other boxes, and you just get lost. There's so much information.
That's true.
It's like a massive university. And so I think for the people I'm speaking, I'm just guiding them by saying, listen, sign up, get the KYC, know your customer driver's license, where you live, proof of that you're a real human, and then just buy a mining contract and see the money start to flow in every day into your account. Then look at the videos, look at the education space, become a free customer, then upgrade to an affiliate, and the whole world opens up, because we're only just virtually getting started from November. For anyone watching now's June, so that's 7 months. 7 months into crypto mining, and 9 years of gold and silver sales and company structure. You can't get, I don't know any other business I've come across in the last 3 years that is as strong as this. And for me to say that, I've only been on a line a short time, 3 years, but I've got 58 years of experience of living and with other businesses. And I've worked in companies that are got 35,000 employees that are $1 billion companies. Comes down to communication. This is what I like about Swiss Gold Global. The owner made himself available. Claudia, top affiliate in the company, made herself available. She always does.
Yes.
That's the strength and the power of a company. So if anyone's watching, you've got to really, as you have done and I've done, due diligence. Just look at the videos online, and then understand, just get started for a $30 contract or buy some gold or silver and learn the business. Then once you have the knowledge, then it's very easy to talk to people about it. So I'm in now. Once I find a company, I'm always in for the long haul. And doing hangouts like this is great. Yes. I've done these for many times with other companies. Great way to explain the business to people. So that's my short, long story. Old guy just getting started. How's that sound?
Hey, man. Powerful, brother. Thanks for sharing that. Great testimonials, great background story. And you hit on something, the KFC is still in my mind of the country. So, and I didn't know that about Colonel Sanders, that he, that it took him 69 years to get that success. That is amazing, because many people who come online, at the first sign of adversity, they run, they quit, you see. And it's like, and I was thinking today I take my niece to school every morning, and I was thinking on the way back, I was like, you know what, marketing and success in business is like gravity. So you stand at the top of a building, you drop a pin, it's going to drop. Marketing is the same way. The more you do it, the more you believe in the process, it has to fold. Things have to shift in your life, no matter how long it takes. Look at Thomas Edison. How many times did he fail? So same exact concept, and this is what we have regard. But with Swiss Gold, there's no thinking to this stuff. It's common sense. You don't have to, say, oh, I can't bring anyone in. No, you just put your money in, and it's going to work for you. It's going to work for you. So powerful. Thanks for sharing that, Keith. I appreciate that, brother.
So the one thing I did learn to finish off with that story about the Colonel, when we were listening to our tapes back in the 80s, that talking to people about any business, you will get people who don't understand it, who are not ready, or whatever the situation is.
Right.
But we were taught that we had ratios in our business of knocking on doors and speaking to people. That our company ratio is, I'll sort of follow that through whatever I've done, is that if we were out trying to get appointments to make demonstrations, to make sales, we'd have to talk to 30 people. If we spoke to 30 people, we'd get 10 appointments. From our 10 appointments, 7 would fall over. We'd get 3 demonstrations, in-home demonstrations. And from those 3 demonstrations, the average would get 1 sale. And at that stage, a sale was $1,000. My commission was $300. So I had to speak to 30 people to make a sale was my numbers. So every person I spoke to, regardless whether they said, "Hi, Keithy, how you going?" or slammed the door in my face and said, "Get out of here, I'll call the police," it was worth $10 to me. So I never got angry with people, because I often said when someone, "I'm not interested," I said, "Well, that's fine, not a problem. By the way, thanks for your $10. They wouldn't know what I was going on about, but I did, because I was a step closer to the person who's going to say yes.
Right.
Having this business, it's easy. People will just, I don't have to speak to 30. I can speak to a lot less people if I explain it right, that they'll say, all right, I'll get started for $30. I'll get a yes every second person, not every 30 people. So that's pretty exciting. And you get those numbers.
And you're leveraging the internet, which is worldwide. So you got more of a probability for that to happen even while you sleep 24/7. That's the beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Powerful. All right, brother. Thanks for that, man. Thank you. So this is going to help a lot of people once they view this. So guys, I want to to wrap this up, I want to go ask each of you one question each, and then we'll conclude this. Starting with you, Karen, and we've already hit on a lot of this stuff already. But if someone's watching this, why should they invest in cryptocurrency starting today?
It's the future. It's the future of money. And you're going to do your future self the biggest favour ever by getting involved, because it is more and more people are waking up to what's been going on in the world and where it's going. And cryptocurrency is definitely the future.
Powerful. That's right. I definitely agree with you. Thank you for that.
And focus.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Follow one course until successful.
Yes.
Just stay with it.
Yes.
All the way.
Definitely agree with you on that. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Claudia, kind of the same question, but it's around with silver and gold. So should a person keep their money in the savings account, paper money, or should they invest in silver and or gold, and why?
What do you want me to answer to that? I think you know the answer.
Well, see, and I asked you that because you got the gold plates behind you, so that's perfect for you.
I know. I could show you the gold as well and the silver. We did actually make for one of the associations of the Dr. Martin Luther King. We did a coin for them actually. Yeah. So we do also for organizations. Also, when they come to Swissquote Global, we do that for them. Well, why should they get it? Well, because I mean, look at the Bible. What does the Bible say? Gold and silver is the money of kings, of rulers, right? So you gotta have gold and silver. I mean, gold and silver is well, since so many years, since thousands of years, the most stable hedge against inflation. And never in history has been so much money printed, the US dollar, like now. So you are highly inflated. This is a huge bubble. We don't want to preach fear, but there's something big happening. And if you fought in 2008, well, you're recovering from that, well, be prepared. And if you're not going to put it in now, sorry, we're teaching you, we're helping you. But if you're not making action later on, sorry, if you didn't make your decision.
Right. Exactly.
It's actually pretty serious. We don't want to get into serious, but it's pretty serious.
That's right. And Swiss is going to, like you said, is going to educate the person on how to do it, on what it's about, and how it's going to help them in the long run.
You learn really about the life cycle of money. Well, what is money? Because, and I mean, I'm traveling a lot to the US. I'm surprised every time that people have really no knowledge on that, and I feel so sorry for them. And this is what we're teaching. I mean, why do you think they don't teach us at the universities and so on? Why don't they do that? Well, there's a reason behind. Probably they want to keep you in power. They want to keep you enslaved.
You're speaking the truth right there. So that's a whole nother webinar, but I'm glad you hit on it. That's right.
But hey, you know what? But maybe on another occasion, we can bring somebody on the call who is absolutely preaching it. And he's a very good friend of mine and business partner, and he is absolutely into gold and silver, and he can really tell it from the Bible history for the folks in the US. So maybe we do that on another occasion.
That'd be fantastic, Claudia. Yes, we'll love that. We'll definitely love that.
Awesome.
All right, Keithy. So my question to you is, if a person is watching this and they've been in many home-based businesses, they've lost a lot of money, why should they trust a company like Swiss, and how is it going to benefit them?
That's pretty easy question. Like you said before, companies have to have a history of being in business for a while, how they operate, who's running the company, are they visible? Can you actually contact them? Do they put themselves out there? I've got on my other screen, I've got my home page up. There's an event, 15, 16, 19, 21, 22, and 29 that are showing. My page is full. And half of those, the owner, Bill Rowell's, involved in those particular events. So he's out there non-stop. It's quite easy decision when there's a lot of follow the leader companies out there. Right. They'll take a concept of a business that's made some money and they'll copy that. Any business model, especially in revenue share, whether people know or not, I could start a revenue share tomorrow. I could buy the website script for $500. Yep. I could call it Keithy's Cash Bonanza or something like that. And on Monday I'd be away. But I'll never do that, never start my own business again. I've done that many years before. But what people have to realise that what we're involved in now, that the company's been going since 2008, and with the crypto side since November. But Claudia's hit on a very important point that I didn't know, which is good information for me, that they were thinking about this particular model of the part of the business for 12 to 18 months prior to that to get everything involved. The crypto space has exploded in the last 24 months. And this is like the beginning of new technology. Now, people have been in home-based businesses from back in the Amway days where they had to keep soap and vitamins in the garage and stock up with thousands of dollars worth of product to actually get the order and then ship the product out. Now we're in the technology space where you can run a business from this little piece of plastic here. So technology in the last 5 to 10 15 years has gone on a massive steep curve from the internet. When did the internet start? In the 70s. From when I had a mobile phone as a sales rep, I used to pick up my phone and it was like as big as the house brick behind me. See these bricks behind me? My phone used to be as big as that with a big aerial on it. And just, hello, and I have to walk outside. Now I can be anywhere virtually on the planet with this, as long as I can run a business anywhere in this little piece of. So technology is on a curve like that. If you get a company that is in tune with that curve, as in ahead of the curve or with it, and their systems in place give you confidence that you can grow a business, then you would have to make this your number one business and then dabble with everything else around as a bit of a thing to put a bit of, but use one business as your main source of income long term.
Long term, that's right. Exactly. Right.
Have one business, grow it, and then have your others filtering up around that. So there's a lot of people with this, hundreds of thousands, probably millions of home-based businesses that are out there and have been going for a while. But the new technology of the crypto space is where people can get in now while it's forming and jump on the surfboard, an Australian term. The wave's forming. We can just paddle a little bit harder, get on the edge of the wave, and then ride. And it's a big, long old ride on the wave down here in Australia. You can ride for miles and miles on the surf. So you just got to find that particular business. I believe Swiss Gold Global is the one.
Powerful.
Hope that answers it.
Definitely. Great answer, brother, and definitely agree with you that on when you say you got to have something long term that's solid, that's working for you on the back end, because there's too many companies these days coming and going, and people are succumbing to the what they call it, the shiny ball syndrome. They're everything that glitters is not gold, and I did a video about that, letting people know. Do not join everything that looks and feels good. You have to do your due diligence. Make sure the company has a face, an owner, and you will do well. You will do well.
We call that the SOS.
SOS.
SOS, shiny object syndrome.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's right.
People jump. Oh, look at that. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, look at that over there. Oh, look at that over there.
That's right.
They go round and round and round and round.
That's right. And
I know one person is involved with 8 businesses.
Yeah, that's right.
How can you be focused on 8 businesses? That's, if you give you 100%, that's about 12% to each business. That doesn't work. So SOS, stay away from SOS.
That's right. Big time. Big time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on. This has been very good, very informative. I've learned a lot of new stuff, and I'm going to continue to push forward with this company in full force, along with, I know you guys are too, as you're already doing. So if you're looking at this video and you came across it and it is resonating with you, now it's time for you to make a educated decision. We're not here to twist your arm. We're here to educate, okay? So the information that you need to get started is going to be below this video. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the person who brought you to this video, and they will be happy to help you get started. Till then, thank you for attending this webinar. We will probably have more like this in future times as well, to educate you on what crypto is and how to buy gold and silver through Swiss to build up a wealth for you and your family for years to come. Take care. God bless. Talk to you soon.